Hi guys, I'm live. How you guys doing? I just want to do some bed rant. I want to rant about what I was getting at about religion and about how people nobilize being afraid of hell and yet villainize wanting pleasure in this life. And I'm gonna take it just a small step further, or maybe just define that in a bit more clearly and more accurately. And the way I see it, and I know about some of this because I had a dad, adoptive dad, but my dad that I kind of had a Stockholm syndrome with. On the one hand, he was hitting me and was my biggest villain, biggest enemy, worst thing in my life was my dad hitting me. That's like everything else was second to that, as far as badness. Even though I had other things, but that was the worst. And yet, at the same time, I felt protected by him because I knew anybody that came after me would get the same thing. And so I never, in fact, I only, Amy Burns was the first person to notice that I have little white spots on my arms. They're very small. You can barely see them. She was the first person ever to notice them, that my dad used to put cigarettes out on my arm. And I heal good, so you can barely see them, but you can. That's not why I wear long sleeves, though. It's cool. She noticed that. And I would just take it. I would take the pain. I'd just sit there. I'd just hold my arm there while he did it. But yet at the same time, I felt protected by him because anyone else that came after me would get the same thing, and worse, because he would really be mad at them. You kind of get that? And I think people have, and I have touched on having Stockholm syndrome with God. God is Father. I've had it with my actual father. I think people have Stockholm syndrome with God, and I think I'm over that, at least mostly. And I think that's the only way to freedom is to get over that. You can't be happy and free from here if you're serving a God because you're afraid of his own hell. That's Stockholm syndrome, not Helsinki syndrome. That's a myth from Die Hard. There's no such thing as Helsinki syndrome. But it was made it sounded like a thing if you watch Die Hard, but it's not. But anyway, I love you, God, because I'm going to escape your hell. Take the hell away. Would you need to love him? No. Why would you? But yet you say you love him, but it's actually fear. You love him so that you can escape his evil, which is his hell. His pain, his hurt, his punishment to you is evil. But you succor to him because you're so afraid of that if you call it like that, you're so afraid of the evil that if you call that, you're going to get the evil, and that's not acceptable to you. Well, it's acceptable to me. I call the evil as it is. That gets me out of the Stockholm syndrome with God and makes me truly free. The only way to be free is to accept hell. Take it or leave it. If you honestly want to be a good person, do it. But if you're doing that out of fear of hell, you're still caught in the rat race, in the treadmill, and you're still not free or happy. I don't care whether you look like it or act like it or not. You're not. And I say, I don't fear hell. That means I call it like I see it. God, you're evil for even having a hell. And if I want to serve you, I will. If not, I don't have to, and I won't. I'm not going to do something to succor to a God, cower to a God, just so I don't get his own evil on me. I'll just take the evil. And for that, I thank my actual father for making me able to do that with God. Because if I can do it with my dad, I can do it with God, and I have. If I want to be a good person, I can. If I go to heaven, woohoo. But if I don't, fuck you, God. I don't care. I still was me. I was still true to myself, and I still lived my life the best way I could and the way I wanted to. And I was true to myself, hell or no hell. That's the first part of this rant. Second part is a total non sequitur. I want to talk about the circle of fifths in music. I didn't understand it until today, at least on a certain level. So let's do it. Okay, so there's only 7 notes. There's only 7 letters in music. They can have sharps or flats, double sharps or double flats, but there's still only 7 letters: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And if you arrange those in fifths, you get F, C, G, D, A, E, B clockwise. That's up in fifths. or B, E, A, D, G, C, F. That's counterclockwise down in fifths, and the reverse, and up in fifths is down in fourths, and down in fifths is up in fourths. Here's the secret, at least to me. If you guys already know this, yay, you don't have to listen. But I didn't learn this till today, really. What you do to get the whole circle. Now it may seem like I'm not going to say anything, but watch out. If I do F, that's the low. That starts the cycle of white notes in the circle of fifths. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. Frederick Charles goes down and enters battle. To get the rest, you just past that, you just add a sharp to each one and keep going. Watch this. F, C, G, D, A, E, B. Then just go F sharp. That's black key number 1. C sharp, black key number 2. G sharp, black key number 3. D sharp, black key number 4. A sharp, black key number 5. Now that's all the black notes there are, but just to show that you're doing it correctly, A, B, C, D, E sharp is the next sharp, but E sharp is F. That shows you back to the white note. And then after F, F, G, A, B, C sharp, but C sharp is, sorry, B. No, B, B, E sharp is F. Then after E is E, F, G, A. E sharp is F, then E, F, G, A, B is the next one. B sharp is C. That shows you back, you tie it back together with the white notes. So it's F, C, F natural, C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp. Then E sharp would be F, E, F, G, A, B sharp would be C. But you don't have to call E sharp F because it's easier to call it F than E sharp. And you don't have to call C B sharp because it's easier to say C than B sharp. But it still gives you the gist. If you take away those last two, E sharp is F, E, F, G, A, B sharp is C, then take that away, and then you have just the 12. F, C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and E sharp. I didn't do that. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. Okay, that's the 5 in sharps. And then A, B, C, D, E sharp is F, E, F, G, A, B sharp is C, but you don't need to say that. So you have all sharps. But now what about flats? So in the flat direction, you have going down in circle of fifths, you have B, E, A, D, G, C, F, battle ends and down goes Charles Frederick. I didn't make that up, but it's there. Now I go to B. I'm on F now. To continue the flat and to continue in the counterclockwise direction, go to B, but make it B flat. Okay, after F you have B flat. Then the next after that B is E, so E flat. Then B, C, D, E, then A flat, third flat. A, B, C, D, D flat, fourth flat. D, E, F, G flat is the fifth flat. G, A, B, C flat. Dude, why is this so hard for me? Okay. B flat, first flat. B, C, D, E. E flat, second flat. A flat, third is a third flat. D flat is a fourth flat. D, E, F, G flat is the fifth flat. G, A, B, C flat. Yeah, C flat. I did it right. C flat is B. You're down. So now you're down at B again. And C flat is B. So you can call it B, not C flat. The next flat would be C, D, E, F flat, but F flat is E. And that's the seventh flat, but it actually would be the note E. So you have counterclockwise, B, E, A, D, G, C, F, then B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat, A flat, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. Okay, that's all 5 flats. Then if you go G, A, B, C flat, that would be B. That's it. That's the next trip around. And then C, D, E, F flat would be E, and that would be the second to flat, note on the way around. So that's how I look at it. It's a good way of knowing it. If you're lost and you can't think of any other way of understanding where you're at, you just go. Basically, you just go F, C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, B sharp. But you can take off the last two sharps and just call it the actual note without this. That's a natural note, F, which would be F and C. And then come the other way, B, E, A, D, G, C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, C flat, F flat. And then take away the last two flats because it's easier to say B and E. So you have, and therefore, if you overlap all that, you have the 7 natural notes, and then you have the 5 black notes, either as sharps or flats. As sharps, it's F sharp. In sharps, it's going clockwise: F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. Yes, and counterclockwise, if you're doing flats, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and that's counterclockwise with the flats. And it's a real simple way to learn it. Just understand that you just cycle through the white notes as sharps, as flats for the either way for the black notes, and then just the white notes. It's F C G D A E B or B E A D G C F, and they overlap. And you have the 5 black notes can be each be a sharp or a flat. So F sharp is what would F sharp be? G flat. G flat. C sharp is D flat. G sharp is A flat. D sharp is E flat. A flat. A sharp is B flat. And then the F and the F and the C can be E sharp or B sharp, but who wants to call it that? And the B and the E can be C flat or F flat. Yeah, but who wants to call it that? So that's a good way of looking at the circle of fifths, I think. And of course, the other way I have of looking at it, which I'll just repeat again since I'm on this topic right now, is doing it in north, south, east, and west. That's another way. That's good, easy way to look at it. Also, I'll cover that right now again. So C's at the top for C major scale. It doesn't have to be, but you can make. But just for our sake of argument, call C the top, and then each quarter turn is a minor third because there's 4 minor thirds in an octave. But it goes the opposite direction as you would think. To go from C to clockwise, you go actually down a minor third, and then another clockwise is down another minor third, but that makes a tritone, and then down another minor third makes up a minor third in reality, and then down that minor third all the way around goes back where you started. So it's C, A, F sharp, E flat. And in between, just fill in 2 notes each, because 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 2 notes in between each of these minor thirds, and so you have C. Then just go G, D, then A. Now that's up a major 6 or down a minor third. Then A, E, B, F sharp. F sharp is down a minor third or up a major 6th. F sharp, C sharp, A flat, E flat. E flat is down a minor third from F sharp or up a major 6th from F sharp, and then E flat, B flat, F, C. E flat to C is down a minor third or up a major 6th. And so C, G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, C sharp, A flat, E flat, B flat, F, C. That's actually easier for just most cases. But if you're lost, you can do the other way, where you just know the order of the sharps and flats. That's a long way to do it, but just memorize just the C is north, A is east, F sharp is south, and E flat is west. And in between is 2 notes each time. And then I want to mention, since I'm ranting anyway, I love my new song. It's called "I Get Down." It's the one I want to do next with the moderator when he's ready to record. I like it. It's kind of how my approach is evolving, and my approach is evolving from all the things I've been doing too. When I learn certain things, even covers can teach me things that help me learn more about music so I can compose better and differently. a big one is Bohemian Rhapsody. Learning Bohemian Rhapsody and even learning the vocal parts, the a cappella vocal parts on the guitar, harmony wise, really helped me. Got me inside Freddie's way of thinking, not sexually, but the way he composed with his vocal stuff, with those harmonies in Bohemian Rhapsody is just hasn't been done, hadn't been done, and has not been done on guitar. And I kind of like it, dig it, and it's a new approach. And I that smacks of me doing it, does it not? I like that way he did those harmonies, and I learned it, the concept of it. I actually learned the harmonies to play the song, but then I analyzed it. What is he doing? Why? Oh, I get he's doing that. Of course, I don't do just what he did. That would be copying. Can't do that. But I got the concept, and I can make it my own. Love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.